Underdog Daily with the Badge Bros. We got a tandem back in the works today. Nez is back with us. And man, big shout outs to the community. I mean, little pat on the back for Nez and I, who had some nice nights there. Had some top fives in multiple contests between the two of us there. But big shout out to Ashton, been around in the community for a long time. Got his wins last night. Mad respect there. Saw T-Box have a nice night up there. Great stuff. But the heater of all heaters right now, Dooley Data. He RT99'd, aka Chip Skylarked the leaderboard again in hockey. 1, 2, 3 for Dooley Data. It's getting crazy, man. He had a top 5 in the BR there. He's taken down the puck slate back to back nights. It's just crazy to see how much success this community is finding, Nez.
Dooley is on, seriously, man, like one of the biggest heaters I think that we've seen on the app. I can't remember anybody that's been on this hot of a heater as him right now. It's like truly insane.
And multiple sports too, which is like my favorite thing about it, right? It's like he shows out in Football Sunday. He goes double birds to the football only guys, and then he shows up in the puck streets back-to-back nights. He doesn't mess around as much with the hoop stuff. Those are kind of like his two go-tos there, but man, just so impressive.
Yeah, he's supports us, follows us and everything. So gotta show some love. I mean, just crushing on a whole nother level right now.
And there's our guy Ashton, who got the goat horns last night.
Yeah.
Mad respect to those in the chat who remembered. Thank you.
Yeah, happy birthday, dude.
I'm old now officially. I took advantage of birthday morning here, Nez. I slept the F in. I'm not gonna lie. I think I woke up about 40 minutes ago when I dropped the thing. That's a good old 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time sleeping.
Wow. I mean,
I played double puck last night, so I was a little sonked after. But
it was puck. It wasn't the beers. It was definitely the puck. It was the physical activity for sure.
Okay. You want a little story time? You want a little story time?
Because it's your birthday. Yeah.
Okay. This league on Thursday night or Tuesday nights rather. It's good league. It's all guys who played somewhere kind of deal, but it's 30 and over, and there's rotating like 4 or 5 teams, that sort of thing. But everyone knows everyone. But it's a good league. It's a hard fought league kind of vibe, right? But some of the guys in the league now are a bit older, right? And like I'm kind of like a little bit of young blood in that league, okay? So there's like some guys who played like ex-pro and stuff, but they're like 42, 43, stuff like this. So now they have like teenage kids. Anyways, I'm in the group chat for one of these teams, and the guy sends a picture of all these fireworks that he confiscated from his like 13-year-old son. And he goes, "'Tis the season, Halloween, like whatever. We all did it when we were kids, kind of deal." Anyways, another buddy in the group goes, "Oh, I'm gonna check so-and-so's closet." Checks his kid's closet, sends a picture to the group, all these fireworks. So last night after the second game or whatever, we take the cooler to the backside of the parking lot, and all these guys go, "What are we gonna do with these fireworks, guys? I compensated for my kids." We're out there shooting Roman candles off the bog into the water and stuff. It's so funny. Like just being total teenagers.
Where are these kids getting these like fireworks from?
I have no idea.
If they're clearly not allowed to have them.
No, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Did you ever like get like the firecrackers and stuff on Halloween when you were like a young teen and stuff like that?
I never got my hands on fireworks, but I always had like badass friends that would get firecrackers, and we would like put them under like a pile of dirt or something and light them and run away, and it was fucking awesome.
Oh man, so classic. All right. Anyways, one thing I did want to bring up before we kind of like did a full deep dive on the slate and stuff is, sorry, I was fully prepared. I want to bring this up. We were very complimentary a couple years ago of our guy Paul, aka I was inverted. I don't know if you guys saw the tweet here, but I just wanted to share it. Furthermore, I think it's we are living in an era of the most transparency you could possibly have in our games right now, and it'll continue to get more so. But that's primarily because of the data that it's available, the leaderboards that are available, the BBMDB stuff, which is available. For my life, the poker side of things, like a lot of stuff can be tracked and whatnot. But I do think it's a very complimentary thing, or very I'd like to be complimentary of him for doing this and just like shedding light on what actually goes into some of this stuff. And I retweeted this and just said a phrase in which I've said on this program so many times, that like what I learned through the poker stuff, what I learned through these games is these are some of the most densely competitive places on planet Earth to scrape out, six-figure lifestyles plus kind of thing. And they are very challenging, and we see it all the time with very sharp players and also with very variant laden swings is what I would phrase it as. And I think it's very nice to hear like breath of fresh air from a player that, how many BRs did he ship that season? 3 in the season, maybe at least 2 and a couple to bombs. And then to be like, man, I mismanaged my bankroll. Don't fall victim to the same mistakes I did, blah, blah, blah. So, anyways, I just wanted to shed some light on it. I thought it was a very nice thing that Paul put together. Anything else that you'd like to just say on it, Nez?
I mean, it was very brave of him to share that, because I mean, I can only imagine the feeling he probably felt from doing that. I mean, everybody knew he crushed in 2022.
Right.
I mean, it was
Right.
like the
Yeah.
story was like, holy shit, man, Paul straight up cannot miss. And his absence was noticeable. It was like, well, I guess he just like took his money and ran.
Right.
And so, I appreciated the update just from like a life standpoint. I didn't want to like pry, but I was always wondering, like, haven't seen Paul in a while. And I replied and just said, I think that this hits home for a lot of people at different scales.
Right.
And I think that's 100% true. Whom
Yeah.
among us has not won money and either out of hubris or just like, oh, I have funds to now have fun,
Mhm.
done something that, was borderline irresponsible with those new winnings. I mean, like it's human nature. It's human. Anybody watching this show has
Yeah.
probably had a moment where they're like, man, I wish I did not go through that role as fast as I did.
Right.
But like his story, very unique because of how well he did. So like, I'm really glad that he shared this. You could tell it was like something he needed to get off of his chest, not to like put words in his mouth or anything. But like, shout out
Mhm.
Paul. We really like Paul. He's he supports us. He's been around for a really long time, and we are no stranger to these conversations. And I just think they're important to have. So I'm glad that he kind of opened the door for people to have those conversations and maybe open some eyes for people. I mean, only good things can come from him sharing this story. So
Right.
shout out Paul. I know
Yeah.
it was not easy for him for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other like layer to it that we didn't even touch on is there is like this egotistical dynamic to these games, these ruffle your feathers, these I was right, these I'm better than you, like this, because it is peer to peer, it is zero sum to some respect as well. So it is kind of like brave of him to not care enough about like his public facing image of like, no, I'm so much better than you guys and I just don't play anymore. It's nice of him to be like human about it. And I think that's, just another wrinkle to this community that is just, so strong, right? Like we talk about how supportive this community is. Man, it's no joke like what we've made this community. I mean, not we, but collectively, the collective we have made this community into, because it's so supportive of one another. So it's awesome to see.
Yeah, 100%. Shout out Paul, man. If you're watching, love you, brother.
All right, bro. Yeah, I appreciate all the love in the chat, everybody dropping by, say HBD here to your boy who is now old. Although I am noticing something a little different about today's stream than yesterday's. Johnny Football's wear badge, wear membership, Johnny Footballs. Where'd that badge go? I'm not sure.
Did you guys like wager if Buddy Hield was going to score 30 fantasy points or not? He was going to revoke his membership.
Oh, good.
He doesn't need us anymore, man. He's a cracker these days. I mean, we're no longer needed.
Good, clean fun. No, I just utilize that as a reminder to everybody. Tomorrow will be a paywall stream. We will do the 4-game NBA slate. We will do the primetime Palooza behind the paywall there. And by we, I mean me. And that'll be at 2 p.m. Eastern. And then off and on the clock, 2:30 on Friday. All right, Nezzy, let's hop into the platform here. Let's should we do game by game with the football stuff, kind of rapid fire, and then rip some drafts here? I have a lot to say about the slate. I'm not gonna lie, but I think things are becoming very, very concentrated around 3 games right now, and I can't really fault it. Like I've been looking for Slop It Up Fest of the Week. I've been looking for some other spots and stuff like that to get to. The chalk looks pretty strong this week, just in terms of game environment. And those game environments in which I'm referring to are Miami, Buffalo, Dallas, and Atlanta there. And then the Seattle and the Rams one was sticking out as well as kind of like the 3 like games, I think. And then, people are finding pieces and sides of like the other ones. What do you think, Nez?
I mean, I've loved like the last like 3 slates. They just have not loved me back. And I love this slate. I feel like I'm seeing the board really, really well. In dog bowls, like at every round, I feel like there's a pick on the board that I really, really like and I think is really strong. We'll see, man. But yeah, I think we should get into it, because I think each of these games, like I think every single one of these games has a player in it that is available at a really good price in dog bowls that we can hit on.
Okay, cool. I was thinking here, what happened to the games I love when I fire up the ADP and we don't get the early season Juwan Jennings treatment anymore with Ladd McConkey and Cedric Tillman. These guys are still available 5th and 6th round in the dog bowls and oft times undrafted. And I'm going, where are my box score lurkers? Where are my fantasy point chasers? They just don't exist in these lobbies anymore, especially early in the weeks.
I know, maybe that's the edge, is like you need to be a box score slappy and take advantage of the nerds who refuse to ride the hot hands. That's
ever heard of hot hand theory, idiots?
The dude just did well. Are you a moron? Play him again.
Yeah. Vlad just scored 28 points, bro. Draft his ass.
These dudes playing the Browns. They stink.
Yeah, they're the Browns. They've never been good. Oh, man. All right, let's start with the first game on the slate here. Commanders and Giants. I think the big note here is I'm not going to screw it up today. Tyrone Taylor is in concussion protocol. So this could open up a little bit of stuff for Singletary, who had kind of been pushed to the back there. The concussion protocol stuff has been almost a complete week, no matter what. And they were a Monday night game. I don't see how he clears. So I'm not sure it ends up mattering. What about
Tyrone Tracy, though?
Fuck, did I do it?
I honestly couldn't tell if you were doing a bit.
Tyrod Taylor played for the Giants. Tyrone Taylor played for the Mets. Tyrone Tracy plays for the Giants.
There we go. Good job.
There we go.
Oh my God.
Oh God, I will never get those three right.
No,
Ever.
no. Um, yeah. The I on the Giants side, I feel like it's only Malik Neighbors. I'm
Yeah.
seeing people do Devin Singletary in dog bowls. I mean, the spread is only 3.5 points. Um, you you do have a lot of volume coming Singletary's way. Uh, Commanders defense respecter over here, man.
Yeah.
They're not the same old Commanders,
Yeah.
and yeah, no, thank you on Devin Singletary. It's Neighbors only, and I think Neighbors is a tinge overpriced right
Okay.
now. So
Um, the Commanders' defense, respectors, I tend to agree with there. I will say that the Bears had some big offensive line injuries in that game, and maybe that's what was allowing them to get so much pressure. Swift still found success, but I mean, they only completed 10 passes. Caleb completed 10 passes in that ball game. So I mean, whether it was pressure, whether it was ineptitude by Caleb, it's just kind of shocking that we went from a team where it was like, let's attack this secondary every single week to now like, okay, maybe Commanders are kind of these.
mhm.
Yeah, let's talk about the Commander side of the ball. Obviously, Jaden Daniels played through the rib thing, and everybody, I was watching back the Hail Mary there. Obviously, we could talk about the sideline and how the guy, I don't even can't remember the guy's name, who was chirping at the fans and then runs over and tips it right into Noah Brown's arms there. But and they still had timeouts that they could have called in that circumstance to then reset up their defense. It was just so bad for the Bears all around there. But you know what was even worse, Nez? Is
Hmm.
there was talk on the broadcast to take out Jaden Daniels, who we know has this amazing deep ball and deep ball accuracy and big ass arm. There was talk, oh, he might be a little banged up. Take him out and put Mariota in there for the deep throw. Yeah. Yeah, like dead ass. If you go listen to the broadcast, it's insane, man. I was like, oh my God, like that aged like fucking milk. Anyways, are you gonna find yourself to Jaden Daniels this week? He's QB4 right now. Looks pretty good. I mean, we've been Bears defense respecters, and that game didn't get like the up tempo, push it back and forth stuff, but they failed in the red zone 4 times, I believe. I think it led to 4 field goals, which almost cost them the game there. Bears really should have won that football game. But yeah.
Yeah, so I respect the Giants defense as well, but Jaden Daniels I think is like matchup proof. So really into Jaden Daniels this week. He sometimes is available mid third in
Yeah.
dog bowls right now, which is just probably not going to last the whole week, but that's where he goes now. So you can find yourself with some really sick skinnies with Terry there, or just like end up with Zach Ertz at the end there. Um, I like them both, and B Rob in this matchup too. Three
Okay.
and a half, I feel like is going to find itself to 4.5 pretty soon, I would think.
Okay.
But we'll see how that trends. But right now, I mean, we're not going position by position, but running back gets bad fast this
Okay.
week. So B Rob, if you see B Rob, he's very close to being like a cliff. After him, there's usually one or two max,
What is
uh,
he right now? Like RB13 or something? I think it was something like that.
something like that. I
Uh-huh.
mean, like there is not two running backs per team available in dog bowls this week. I'll tell you that much. It's
Wow.
like 13 or 14. So got to be cognizant of who's available for you.
Yes, he is running back 14, just behind Tony Pollard, who Davis was all over the Tony Pollard stuff yesterday, thinking he's going to push up with the models when they get when we say the
Uh,
models when ETR gets released this afternoon, kind of deal.
he's 100% right. He's one of the best picks on the board right now.
Cool. Respect that. Okay, this game could be a lot of fun in my estimation. We got Browns Chargers up next. Chargers have shown a propensity to now allow, Justin Herbert to air it out a little bit, whether that's personnel related, whether that's the loss of Gus Bus, despite Dobbins playing decently well the last little stretch here. I don't know. But if you look at some of the charts, Levitan had one out there. Hayden's got his charts all up on Underdog Network there. And then Sam Hoppin, who I always reference his charts, they're showing that both of these teams now, with the quarterback change with the Browns and with the kind of like regime coaching mindset scheme change for the Chargers, that these might be two teams that just come to this game and go, let's just air it out on one another. Now, I think the defenses are decent on either side here, but this could be a sneaky little bit of pace, little bit of air it out here. This could also go the complete inverse way, and we just see the J.K. Dobbins versus Nick Chubb, 20 touches each show. What do you think in this one, Nez?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think this can go a number of ways for sure. What I'm anticipating or hoping really is that this game does shoot out a little bit. But that being said, I'm not going to have any Browns.
Okay.
I'm just kind of hoping that the Browns can do their part and help push the pace a little bit, so that way the Chargers that I'm drafting can do well. And those Chargers, it's a very short list. It's Dobbins and it's Ladd, and that's it. But there's a chance that those two can have success. I really like Dobbins, but I like running backs against the Browns when it was Deshaun, not necessarily as much when it's Winston. But we all know Winston has a strong propensity to turn the ball over, so there's a chance, he's turned it over a lot, and it's the Dobbins show. So he's a pretty safe click for me. But otherwise, that's really it.
No love for Njoku, no scroll the F down to Chubb, nothing like that.
Njoku is good, but I mean, your boy is like free in the end of drafts, so I don't like to get too expensive at tight end.
Oh, okay. A teaser. Okay. My boy. I don't know. I almost put him on the cover. I'm not gonna lie. I almost put him on the cover. Instead, I put his teammate to be nice and safe.
How is he not scoring 3? I mean, I'm sorry. How is he not? Anyways, we'll get there.
This is a very good exchange in the chat here. Alex asking when the easy sheet gets updated. Easy says 8. Clay says source.
I was waiting for that.
Oh, that's very, very good there. Kobe, I agree with you, man. Like some of these, it's crazy to the ball knower side of listening to some of these games on Sunday to just be like, how do I know more ball than this dude who's getting paid millions of dollars to speak on my television? It's crazy. Continued adage to how cool this community is and stuff. Eggers reached out to us yesterday there with a very generous offer there. He lives in the Dallas area for when we were down there. Mad respect to him, but I just find it very cool that he used to kick it with Tyrone Taylor. So that's kind of cool. I mean, the roots run deep with the community, Nez.
The real Tyrone Taylor?
I guess so. Yeah.
Not Tracy?
Yeah, I guess not.
I don't know who you're talking about when you say Tyrone Taylor anymore. I don't know if you actually mean Tyrone Taylor or if you are talking about Tyrone Tracy. I don't know. It could be anybody.
Okay, the bit stops now. We're only talking about Tracy henceforth. But yes, he's saying the real Tyrone.
Okay.
There you go. Okay, Nez, these are going to be the two. These next couple games here are going to be like the big, circle the ADP for a lot of people. We're going to see like CeeDee Lamb pushed up. We're going to see all the Falcons pieces pushed up. We're going to see Josh Allen be most likely QB1 when it's all said and done on this slate. I think he has already flipped there. And then we're going to see if Miami is actually Miami with Tua being back there. Can we get the Tyreek Hill week again? Can we buy the dip on Hill, Waddle? And then we'll talk about the Achane stuff, who, with Tua back there, is just absolutely cooking in the receiving game there. He has 20 catches in the 3.5 games with Tua thus far. So put Achane on the cover here just because, man, the splits with Tua are truly insane. And the efficiency of that run game has been pretty nice. And Bill's defense looks pretty banged up, and his ADP looks quite decent relative to the rest of the RBs right now. Do you like this game environment? Do you like playing this thing? I know you were all over Amari Cooper last week. Do we think we see an uptick in role again this week? What do you like?
Well, he's questionable with the wrist right now. He didn't practice, but it is Wednesday. I'm sure he will be fine. But yeah, I didn't love that. I haven't gone back to the Amari well too much yet this week. I'm extremely concentrated so far in this week. We'll see if when projections come out how much that changes. But yeah, it's hard not to like this spot, right? I mean, this game should have been really awesome the first time they played. That was the Tua concussion game, I believe, the first time that they played.
Mhm.
So hopefully we can get a really fun game here. I agree with the line movement here. We see it's down 1.5 points. I think that makes sense. Just because there is a chance that that the Dolphins can't get things going, but I expect them to.
Okay.
I think that this game, I hope shoots out. I think it should shoot out. Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to like the chalk pieces in this game. I think it's pretty good chalk.
Yeah, I do also find it encouraging the usage for James Cook. Everybody saw the big Ray Davis game in prime time there. Ray Davis goes ape with it. Then we're all kind of like a little concerned, like how he'll factor in. Then he's a late add to the injury report. Then he only ends up getting like 6 or something touches. And then they finally have a week this last week where both of them were kind of like healthy for the entirety of the week. And what do we get? We get the big ass James Cook game against Seattle. And then, Ray Davis ends up getting, I think it was 6 carries when it was all said and done, but primarily at the latter end of garbage time. So it makes me a little more bullish, like not as scared, let's call it, to go back to the James Cook well, especially at current ADP. Any love for seeing if we can get Jalen Waddle right this week?
Probably in dog bowls. That's about it. I don't think you should be doing that in the main drafts. I still think Jalen Waddle's a damn good player, but
Mm-hmm.
I think he's third in the pecking order, maybe fourth if you consider Mostert's role in the offense.
Okay, yeah, good shout there. Yeah, Mostert with some of those high valley touches, something that we harped on last week, where it was like when they get down there, there's no guarantee this is Achan's role. And what do we see? We see 2 Raheem Mostert touchdowns in tight to the goal line there. So yeah, man, they also gave him another. They had 2 running backs on the field, and they gave him like a jet sweep handoff that he got dragged down on there. So I mean, Mostert could have found his way into the end zone multiple times there. I like this from Kobe Shorts here in the chat saying, "Oh wait, years of James Cook's grind wasn't wiped out with one Ray Davis game." Shocking development. Oh, that's good. I like that. Anything else to say? Bills Miami, Nez.
No, I think it's pretty straightforward. You want pieces of that game.
Okay, cool. Cowboys and Falcons here. Cowboys look inept at running the football right now. They have no explosive plays. We missed Rico Dowdle to an illness last time out. Bijan had a long touchdown run called back on a holding call there. Drake London, we've kind of talked about how it's a little bit of a volume merchant role. And when the volume isn't there, that it is the Mooney stretch the field stuff that's getting home. Kyle Pitts had the most Kyle Pitts shit of his entire life, having the best game of his career, dare I say. 90 something yards there and 2 touchdowns, but almost gave one of those touchdowns away as he pimped it into the end zone with the ball low below his waist. Ended up not being a factor. They deemed he crossed the goal line and he got the second touchdown there, but that would have been the most cherry on top Kyle Pitts shit of all time. This looks like a fun shoot it out matchup to get to. I think it'll be the highest paced game of the week when I see some of the ETR stuff there. I don't know if that article's out yet, but I imagine this will be Thorman's pace up spot of the week.
Yeah, this game rules, and some players in this game that I think are like really strong targets right now in 12-person drafts. Rico is like a diamond in the rough at the running back position. He's buried like pretty deep for running backs whenever it looks like there's nobody left and you see his name and you probably gloss over it. But before Rico like missed last game in the very last moments of that game kicking off, he was touching the ball 20 plus times. And now we have a tight spread, 52 total, and Dalvin Cook looked like shit. Zeke's looked like shit. It's Rico's backfield. So he's a pretty nice pick. And maybe the projections are going to mush that. Maybe they won't. That would be cool if they didn't. But he's a nice like break glass pick at running back. This game, I don't know how this game isn't awesome. The Falcons just don't get pressure on QBs. They're the Dallas defense is not good. I don't know if Micah Parsons is coming back this week.
Okay.
I think it's got to be close for him if he is or isn't. But regardless, even if he does come back, I don't think that makes enough of a difference for this Falcons team that is really coming together really well right now.
Mm-hmm.
Drake London is not going to be pick 20 for much longer. Like I just do not believe that. I think that is far too cheap for Drake London. Like, volume merchants are volume merchants because they get volume. And if this is if this is a high pace shoot it out spot, Drake London is going to look like an insane value. So I have I think I've done 16 dog bowls and I have like Drake London on 14 of those teams, I think. So
there's your concentration spot that you were alluding to earlier. Nice, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I can't get off it. I just simply cannot. I think it's too damn good for London. I'm also ending up in the back end of drafts for a while too. So I'm just like, let me just take them. So
sure. What's Drake London? Rules. Sorry, what did you say Drake London's current ADP was? 20
or 22, I think.
22. Okay. Yeah, cool. Love it. Eggers telling people to like the video on our behalf there. Yeah, we got 200 of us hanging out right now. Do us a favor, hit the like, hit the subscribe, all that notification stuff. And shout out to Adam, who just joined up, became a member here. Get some access to the behind the paywall stuff, which will be tomorrow, a full in-depth 4-game NBA slate breakdown, coupled with primetime Palooza. Fun primetime Palooza slate, I will say.
Nice.
Yeah, moving pieces with the Texans there. And it just, I think it's a interesting.
Is that off the Schneid? I believe.
Off the Schneid? Like as in Adam is off the Schneid?
I think that he plays on Underdog and his username is off the
imagine.
Schneid.
There we go. Perfect. Look at you, fucking Watson over here, Detective Sherlock. Oh, man. All right. Anything else to say about Cowboys Falcons right now? I think Mooney's in play in the Dog Bowl stuff. I think Kyle Pitts' ADP is pretty fine. I think Rico is a good scroll the F down, break glass in case of emergency in the Dog Bowls, as you alluded to there. Maybe some cheeky leverage late in the week if he has a decent projection or whatever in the other stuff, the 6-mans. That be anything else on that game, Nez?
Nope. You want pieces of this game for sure.
Next game up, Saints, Panthers. Everybody has been killing the Panthers. Bo Nix just went ape shit all over the Panthers here. Expecting Derek Carr back, ? There's been mixed reporting on that. I don't think it's a given. Saints did end up having a quarterback change in the most recent game, going away from Spencer Rattler. Alvin Kamara still looked half decent. Taysom Hill role was no joke. 4 carries, 4 catches, a pass attempt. Man, if we get Derek Carr back in this game, I think Olave's ADP is too low. I think Alvin Kamara at 101 is justifiable, but primarily only with Carr back. I like taking the wide receivers over Alvin Kamara right now at the front end of drafts, particularly in the 6 persons. That's where I'm at. And then Taysom, tight end 10 right now. He's slowly pushing up. Fuck, man, I can't quit Taysom, especially in this spot.
Dude, he's a 6th-round pick in Dog Bowls.
I know. It's just...
Are you kidding me?
Not again. Don't make me do it again.
You have to. You have to do it. I mean, how is this not a Taysom spot? I mean, you can feel it in your plums, brother. It's a fucking Taysom spot. And I mean, last round pick. I mean, I'm in, dude. I'm all the way in on that. I think the Panthers kind of got like sneaky interesting for fantasy if things go well for them. Yeah. I mean, Leggett might like be fantasy friendly for us.
Nice.
Moving forward with no Deontay there. I mean, he didn't play last week either, but now that he's like out of the building, especially now, I haven't taken him yet, but I'm keeping my eye very close on Leggett, and I am very curious to see how he's going to project this week.
He'll get a little steam. Both him and Jalen Coker will get a little steam there if they go back to Andy Dalton. Now, I don't think they'll go back to Andy Dalton. I think they just go sunk cost fallacy on this season, and they go, yeah, that was the fact that Andy Dalton got the finger in the car accident, blah, 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 is our excuse to now just go back to Bryce Young and be like, guys, this season's over. We traded away Deontay Johnson. Like, let's just go ahead and let this kid play, you know?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I expect Bryce Young to play for the rest of the season.
Yeah. Gross suck out on our pick'em haterade last week with the touchdown pass by him. He ended up getting 2 touchdowns, but 1 in garbage time and 1 off of a terrible turnover there. Jalen Coker, Holy Cross, aka Rudy's alma mater before classic Rudy. You ever watch Rudy, Nez?
Rudy went to Notre Dame.
Yeah, after Holy Cross. Learn you some Rudy, bro. He had to gut it out at Holy Cross and then go across the street to Notre Dame.
I forgot about that part of the lore.
we did like a film study on that one in like university one class. That's the only reason I remember. Shout out to Kyle, who just joined up and became a member as well. Just like Adam, he will now have access to that beautiful paywall stream tomorrow. And there was one on Tuesday there. And are we going to get a no strip Nez this week?
I think so. I think so.
Beautiful.
I should be. I mean, we got taking care of a lot of stuff around here, so we're getting closer and closer to feeling like we live in a home. Bria's done a lot of work so to make it feel like that, but my stuff is mostly still boxed up, just kind of taking care of some other items. And then tomorrow's like a baby appointment day and some other house stuff. But yeah, we're getting close. I'm getting closer to being fully.
Look at you and your domesticated, grown up big boy life.
It's kind of crazy.
It is kind of crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
All these responsibilities as a newfound homeowner.
It's different, man. It's different.
Patriots, Titans. Can we just say Tony Pollard and cross the rest off the list here?
You gotta add Calvin Ridley to it.
Okay. All right.
And
you're not scared of the Christian Gonzalez ex wide receiver treatment stuff?
No.
Okay.
No. He's good, but he's not like, oh, you can't draft a wide receiver against the Patriots good.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Also,
yep.
Drake May limited participant in practice. So he's probably suiting up for this game.
All right.
John, Drake May, like, listen, everybody's going on BBMDB, typing in Daily Rojo and ha-ha-haing at Pat Kerrane. Here's the thing. Drake May's fucking good, dude. He is super, super talented.
Yeah. Nice long rushing touchdown last week before getting hurt.
Yeah, I don't think, like, I've been saying it week after week, the Titans are frauds. Like, they're not actually as good defensively as we think. Drake May in a dog bowl?
All right.
Not crazy.
Yeah, not Drake May a little skinny there with Hunter Henry, whose role remains very strong at the back end of drafts there. What about Ramondre Stevenson? Any love there?
I think you can. I think you definitely can. I'm not gonna play it that way personally because I mean, I feel like it's you're chasing a similar box score they've got last week where it's like 40 yards and 2 tutties. You can. I don't want to do that, but yeah, you mentioned Tony Pollard here. Tony Pollard, I think, awesome spot for him. I mean, the Patriots are weaker against the ground. I don't want to. John, this is your bit, but like, if I was awarded the chance to stamp a game,
please do it, because I don't have one thus far this week. Please do it, man.
Oh, dude, this is the slop it up best of the week.
This is the slop it up best of the week.
Fuck yeah, absolutely.
Titans Patriots.
We're talking about this game way too much. This is the slop it up best.
Oh my god! Sure. All right. I mean, I think for it to be the slop it up best of the week, we have to get Drake May. Right? I mean, Jacoby Brissett did enough last week, but it wasn't fun. It was very ugly. It was rotational of both the two running backs. It was throwing to Keyshawn Boutte over and over again. It was that was what it was. I think we need Drake May here, which
100%.
lowers my interest in the running backs because those running back touchdowns from Ramondre Stevenson came with Jacoby Brissett in the game. I think we're going to see a little bit more designed keeper stuff after we saw how well Drake May runs last week, and we saw it early in the preseason there when they gave him a goal line one as well. But yeah, I just wanted to say that Antonio Gibson did get the first crack at the second touchdown and couldn't get in, and then Ramondre Stevenson got in. I don't know that it matters at all. I just wanted to put it out there for people to know. Yeah, I think you could do worse than Ramondre Stevenson in a dog bowl as a scroll, though.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Raiders and Bengals here, Nez. Jamar Chase goes really early. T. Higgins still has the Q tag after getting injured in practice on Friday? Question mark. I think it was Friday during the off and on the clock show last week, and then did not go in that one. Yeah, man. Bengals, they're interesting, dude. Pass rate over expectation, like, should make us love them. They have looked not great. And they looked really good with their scripted offense to start last week and start that game. And Jamar Chase scored a touchdown. And then the wheels just kind of like low key fell off. I think we have seen a bit of a backfield shift here. And I think you do want Chase Brown over that of Zach Moss. And then the Raiders side of the ball, I mean, Brock Bowers, the usage is undeniable. They play a little bit faster with Gardner Minshew than AOC. But man, can Brock Bowers or Trey McBride finally find the end zone, for fuck's sake? I'm getting sick of this expected points aping into usage a la Joe Mixon 2022 over and over again, expecting there to be some big scores and then just ending up with 13s every single week.
Yeah, they're weird, are they not?
Yeah.
I like it's hard not to like the Bengals here. And I think we're getting a nice T. Higgins discount that it's like you just do it. You know, you just draft him again here. I'd like Chase Brown in this spot as well. He's the RB1, not like, with the bullet, but he is the RB1 in Cincy. So I like him here as well. I'm good on the I got to think about Jacoby. I got to think a little bit more about Jacoby. I haven't taken him yet, but I think he's draftable. But like, I don't want Madison here, even though he's the RB1 there. I'm not super stoked on this game, but like, a lot of implied points for the Bengals.
Yeah, there are a lot of implied points for the Bengals there. Yeah, and currently everyone in draft rooms is just funneling those implied points. I think there are some like combinatorial like ownership things that are taking place, especially in the 6-person lobbies over and over again. And that being that all these points are funneled through Jamar Chase, which might not be true. And all those points in Dallas are funneling through CeeDee Lamb, which very well could not be true as well. So I think those are two combos that keep happening over and over in the 6-persons that we got to open our third eye that, Burrow Chase isn't the only way the Bengals get home. And CeeDee Lamb, Dak isn't the only way that game gets home. Now they're the two most likely and probably highest ceiling outcomes, but I do think there is a little open your third eye in scrolling for some of these higher team totals, aka the Bengals.
Yeah, it's a good shout.
Okay, cool. Broncos. We saw the Bo Nix, Broncos and Baltimore. Baltimore has been a pass funnel of sorts this season. They are a team in which we continue to attack via the air. Tough loss to the Jameis Winston-led Browns last week. Honestly, super sick loss for the league because that Jameis win was so dope. That was what everyone in their heart of hearts needed last week was like, fuck Deshaun Watson, get out of here. Jameis comes out 300 and wins a game there. Joe Flacco doing the same last year after Deshaun goes down. Let's be rid of Deshaun redacted now. Anyways, this game, interesting stuff. Do not, I will say 50 times over, do not draft Deontay Johnson. He is not eligible for this. People thought they were getting cute last week by doing the DeAndre Hopkins stuff. If a trade takes place midweek, said player gets an out tag and is not draftable on our site. This goes back to the Evergreen example of 2022, I guess it was, of the Christian McCaffrey trade there, where a lot of people lost a lot of money trying to be heroes without reading the rules. So I will remind everybody, Deontay Johnson is not in play. And why I bring that up as well, Nez, not only to remind everybody, is I think it makes Naked Lamar better this week, because those points aren't going to someone in the player pool who's being drafted at some frequency. That's all I'll say on that. Can Bo Nix repeat what he did last week against the inept Carolina Panthers against this past funnel? Nez?
I mean, 9 points seems a little large, right? Like,
yeah,
I guess we're the only ones on planet Earth that think the Broncos deserve a little bit of respect against the Ravens here. I did what I used to do last year, and I don't know if you remember. Like, I would go through each game blind and like give like a spread and a total. What did I say for this game?
That was our way too early previews, where we would like be talking about it like the week before or something.
I had this at a -6.5. So, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I like this game. I kind of like this game. But I agree with you. I mean, I don't know how much run Deontay is going to get with Lamar, but I mean, I agree. I mean, it is like a unique spot where like naked Lamar becomes way more palatable for sure.
Yeah, and I don't know. I talked about it a little bit yesterday. I don't know what this says about the Zay Flower ankle. I think we just got to watch the practice report stuff this week. But the fact that he came back into the ball game with the ankle, he played all last week with it. I'm not reading between the lines here. I think it is still like Zay Flowers is 1A, and now Deontay Johnson usurps some of that like Nelson Aguilar type role, a little bit of maybe that deeper A. Bateman stuff. Yeah, but this stuff takes time. Like, look at Amari Cooper. He only played, 19 snaps his first time after the trade. Look at DeAndre Hopkins last week. I can bring up the actual number so I don't sound like an idiot and someone clips it and tells me I'm a moron later. But yeah, like these guys don't walk into new schemes, even these veteran guys, and just play like a full allotment anyways. I just thought it was a unique little thought process there.
That's very true.
The DeAndre Hopkins, 23 snaps last week, only 32% total. Justin Watson still played 76. Xavier Worthy still played 53. So as much as we want to get like very excited about like the potential of Deontay Johnson, he still sat out last week with an injury. He's still probably going to have a Q tag through this week, and he's probably not going to learn the offense fast enough to fully matter here. All right. Hey, shout out to our guy, CR Blake there, who took down a contest last weekend, took down a 5K I saw there. Here's a little nugget that Dalvin Cook has reverted back to the practice squad. So Rico Dowdle is free in these drafts. Yep, hit on that one. That's a good shout there. What up to Chad, who has been MIA for a bit. Brett Boy, I'm going to do something with I'm going to be watching the Hughes brothers reunion, but I'm not going to go tonight. Be doing some family stuff there this evening. And here, shout out to Justin, who won the 2-minute drill last week. There you go. Mad respect.
Love it, man.
Yeah. Mr. TD saying that Naked Bo Nix did the job for him last week. I mean, I've seen crazier ideas than Naked Bo Nix this week.
I agree. Like I said, man, I think that, you talked about it's a pass funnel. It is a pass funnel. I think Bo Nix can run a little bit. He can sling that shit. I don't hate it, man. I think Bo Nix is in play, right?
Yeah. One thing we didn't hit on that Kobe Shorts is bringing out here, one thing that he didn't hit on, or that we didn't hit on with the Carolina game, is Miles Sanders played a lot of garbage time. They've talked about using Jonathan Brooks, like saving him for next year and all this kind of coach speak bullshit. I just think it throws another wrench in if you're scrolling for Chuba Hubbard and you're looking for like bring back on your Saints stuff. I don't think you have to play bring back on your Saints stuff. And I think that backfield is progressively getting harder and harder to dissect through.
Yeah, it's what the Chuba faders were, had in mind the whole time, was like when it matters most, it's not going to be Chuba smash season,
Mhm.
and we're seeing it. The team sucks, and Brooks is about to come back. So,
Yeah.
I think, was Chuba a bad pick? I don't think so. I think a
Dude, he's
lot.
already met value. Yeah, he's already smashed value.
Yeah, but I think some people, just simply don't care about that, and maybe there's an objective right or wrong to not caring about that. But
Uh-huh.
I agree. I think
Yeah.
I think a lot. He's getting a lot of my teams into the playoffs.
Mhm. You got to get there first, right? You got to get to the
Gotta
dance.
get there first, bro.
Yeah, don't forget about week 17. You got to get there first, bro. Um, Shout out to Patrick P Smooth there, taking down 2K in the crossover last night. Mad respect there. Yeah, we will get to hoops after this. Admittedly, won't be playing a ton of hoops today just because I can't sit through all the swaps and the Q tags and stuff like that. I'll probably get 50 into the main there, but my takes aren't as locked and loaded as they were yesterday. Um, Man, Steve Kerr should go to jail for not starting Cum Bucket yesterday, but
Under the
that's a
jail.
yeah,
Under the jail.
under the jail. Bury him underneath the jail. Yeah. Give him the Wizard of Oz treatment with his fucking legs sticking out. Um All right, Nez. We got Bears, we got Cardinals. Coming out of the bye, man, we were excited about Bears a little bit to push game environment. We were excited about 101 versus 102 quarterback matchup bowl last week, and that game fell flat on its face. But DeAndre Swift continues to cook. Bears lost 2 offensive linemen in that one, so keep an eye on practice reports to see if they can go this week. Cardinals with a big, I would call it an upset, but a big emotional lifting and upset win over Miami. And they beat who'd they beat the previous week? Rams?
Chargers.
Chargers. Chargers on that Monday night game there. I knew it was blue and yellow jerseys there that they were playing against. Yeah, dude, Kyler's running more all of a sudden. Shout out Mark Dank, one of the ETR guys there who does a bunch of the shows there. He tweeted something out this morning. First 4 weeks, 5 design runs for Kyler. From weeks 5 through 8, 11 design runs for Kyler. It's kind of coincided with the wheels falling off of the James Conner stuff a little bit, though they haven't been in favorable game script for James Conner. He did have a 100-yard game mixed in there against the Chargers, but yeah, man, this is an interesting game here. If we think we can get the Bears throwing it the way in which they were in London, yeah, we could find ourselves in a good back and forth game here.
I think this game's gonna rock.
Okay.
I'm really excited about this game. The concern for me is like the Bears defense against the Cardinals, but the concern for me against the Chargers is the Chargers defense against the Cardinals.
Right.
And you mentioned the Kyler running stuff, the willingness to run more, I think really kind of is like the wild card to that. It trumps the matchup. I think so. The fact that he's doing that, I think, is awesome. James Conner will get a ton of work in this game. This is how you beat the Bears, is on the ground. So, like James Conner in drafts this week. And I love the Bears because the Bears are coming off a stinker against the Washington football team. And now they go against the Cardinals. So, yeah, the Cardinals are playing better ball. I think they can move the rock on them, though. We just saw back-to-back games of 20-plus fantasy points from Caleb. Now he gets the Cardinals. Nobody wants them because they got rocked by a sneaky good Washington football team.
Dare we say?
This is a really sick flop lag spot. You were talking about what happened to the games that I love, John. The games that you love are right here in this Chicago matchup.
All right, dude, I respect everything you're saying because I liked this one a lot when I looked at it too. I was like, this is going to be slightly underpriced. People don't want to get back to the McBride stuff over and over again because he keeps burning them relative to our slates okay, there's a mirror right here, Ness. There's a mirror right here. People don't want to keep going back to.
We're all trying to find out who you're talking about.
We're trying to find the guy. But yeah, dude, I can't quit the guy. I can't quit. He eventually has to. The TD variance eventually has to slap him in the dick, does it not? I mean, give me the 5 touchdown Joe Mixon game for Trey McBride one time, but the equivalent at the onesies position just being 2 touchdowns. I just need him to break one slate this whole entire season, and it's not on National Tight End Day, please.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, dude, relative to the Kyler price tag right now, I'm gonna have me some, particularly, I guess all of it gets drafted every single time in the 12-person drafts. But man, give me some Kyler skinnies, give me some naked Kyler as like my kind of like quote unquote leverage spot in the 6-person drafts right now, because he's going as QB8. Trey McBride's down to, I think it was tight end 4 when I looked this morning here, and Marvin Harrison, who I guess Trey McBride's up again. Okay, so Trey McBride's up to tight end 2. He opened at tight end 4. But Marvin Harrison too, man. We saw the role a little bit. It's a little bit deeper ADOT than we'd seen in the past, but like he's wide receiver 15 with an ADP of 34.6. Give me some Kyler, Marvin Harrison skinnies late there.
Yeah, the Marv stuff. I'm
out?
not so sure.
Okay.
I don't know about this spot.
Okay.
But the one thing that I will say about Marv is like, I really am not in on him this season, but it doesn't seem like, just because it's a tough matchup that he can't make stuff happen. And I say that because like, from what I've seen, I believe like the separation is not great for Marv. Okay. So like, I guess like, why would we care if the matchup is tough if he can't separate on anybody anyways? So it's like, what I'm saying? Like it's
he's matchup agnostic because he's so bad anyways. He doesn't separate against anyone. So he's not going to separate against the good secondaries. So he's probably still going to get 6 targets.
It's kind of the same thing no matter what.
Oh, I love that. Our guy Crutches in the chat here, just telling us to go back to the stuff that we were talking about, the fact that Bryce is starting this week. So no Andy Dalton. Dalton practiced. Though there, no way they go back to Dalton. We kind of talked on that one a little bit there. So interesting stuff. And then Tuda saying that Brock Bowers is injured, but says fine. Interesting.
Yeah, it says undisclosed, but Antonio Pierce saying that he's good. So
okay.
Don't
all right. Well, we'll just
at all. I'm kind of worried.
Aren't you worried? Yeah, we should keep an eye on the practice reports there. In association with Brock Bowers for sure. All right, Nez. These last 3 games, I mean, they should inspire some hope here. This Eagles one, Eagles just got home in a big way. 3 tush pushes for Jalen Hurts there. This is the classic air it out spot that we've kind of been looking for, like where it's like, okay, let's stop getting the tush pushes. Let's let the wide receivers get home with the skinny stacks against the Jags here. Are you more inclined to skinny stack Jalen Hurts this week than you were last week? We know that the hashtag S words were telling us that naked quarterback was a play last week, more so than other slates in the past there. Is this one in which we're going bro science on? And I'm going, if I'm playing Jalen Hurts, I want a pass catcher because this secondary and the way in which people have been beating the Jags is via the air with perimeter wide receivers? Or what do you think here?
Yeah, it's hard not to love the Eagles here. Saquon, top 5 pick right now. That'll hold. AJ Brown still getting drafted really highly as he should, but like you said, where's the Devontae Smith flipping that would have happened 2 years ago on this slate? Like, why can't we get that? Unfortunately,
where they were AD and LeBron, where they traded back and forth.
Yeah, so it's hard not to like the Eagles here. The Eagles have really picked it up. I think for a minute there, people were looking at Sirianni, thinking that he was on the hot seat, and they've been kicking ass ever since those murmurs were getting started here. We are unfortunately dealing with a pretty banged up Jags team. Kirk obviously out for the season. BTJ day to day. Hopefully we can get some positive reports on him before Sunday. Gabe Davis is Gabe Davis, but what we are probably looking
ETN Q tag as well. Still just last week.
Yep, and that matters because that just like makes Tank less interesting in what could have been like a really interesting spot for him. I think ETN's going to play. I think the best thing from this game at value, and this is from a 6-person perspective, is Evan Ingram in this spot here.
Nice.
In 6-person drafts, if you see a onesie position that you think has like a really, really strong potential to be position 1, a QB1 or tight end 1, I think you just do it. And because the you're only drafting 36 players, the player pools are so shallow that like you're not sacrificing a lot. If you think that's the edge, Evan Ingram without Christian Kirk has just like in historically just been fed. So Evan Ingram here, I think, is kind of a smash. So in dog bowls, like I said, it's a little bit harder because like I just love getting Taysom Hill. But yeah, I think it's a really good spot.
But to your point, I mean, if this game environment is going to move with the other side of the ball, with the Jags scoring literally any points at all kind of deal, is it's going to have to funnel through him with no Kirk, with potentially no BTJ and potentially no ETN again there. And he's tight end 5 right now, behind Njoku, behind Kyle Pitts. The opportunity share might just be so effing high for Evan Ingram this week that he could be the guy that as soon as the models get a hold of it.
Yeah, I was going to say, put yourself in the mind of Michael Leone for a minute, John.
Sashimi, yeah.
Tight end X whenever projections are released.
They've always loved the Jags pass stuff. I mean, it's tapered a little bit, but they were so over the field early in draft season on Jags pass stuff, Atlanta pass stuff, and DeAndre Swift. Those were kind of like 3 that I really noticed, and they've kind of smashed on those spots in general there, except for Trevor Lawrence, I guess. I think the Evan Ingram will be tight end. It depends if you get an injury doc on Bowers. I think that's what it'd be hinging upon. Because if Bowers goes to like tight end 3, I think Trey McBride should be tight end 1 this week, but I'm an idiot and I always say that. I think tight end 3. Tight end 3.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you think?
1.
Wow. Okay. All right. So if we think he should be tight end 1 and he's going to end up being drafted as tight end 1, we should be getting that way ahead of it in the 6-mans right now.
I would agree with that.
Okay. Very nice. Shout out to Johnny Footballs who found the membership button there on his phone. Shout out to E. White who had a win over the weekend there, but nice. Also was at the Eagles game there. Got to see that Devonta TD down the middle of the field in person. That is awesome. This is how you know E. White knows ball, when he uses the phrase chewing. Chewing is a way better way of saying eating, and everyone says eating, so awesome. So chewing. Yeah, that's how you know you're a fucking ball knower.
I'm stealing that.
Yeah, when you speak a little bro, that's how you know a guy, oh, the power play was moving the puck around. No, they were snapping it around, bro. This is the equivalent of snapping it around. Yep, get your sashimis in the chat for any mention of the great Michael Leone. All right, Nez. We got a Lions team that is just effing rolling. One of the funniest stat lines I had ever seen in my whole life was Jared Goff having like 2, maybe it was 3 touchdowns, and he only had 27 yards passing. Just because of the favorable field position they kept getting from turnovers, and the favorable field, not from turnovers. 1 was from a turnover. 2 was from special teams stuff. They got a Khalif Raymond special teams score. They had a 70-something yard Jahmyr Gibbs run. Like, they just kept getting favorable field position that didn't allow him to rack up yardage alongside the touchdowns. A very, very strange game. But we saw Laporta come back to life, man. The target share was slapped in a big way without Jameson Williams there. We had a troll touchdown from Brock Wright that everybody wanted to be. It was the Charlie Kohler all over again situation there when Brock Wright scored before Laporta did, but Laporta eventually found the end zone. A big kind of like red flag in this game is going to be whether or not Jordan Love is 100% and Jordan Love can play here.
Yeah.
We might end up with another Malik Willis game, but he has served strongly as a backup here. But this game looks, if you get Malik Willis and you get how strongly both these teams have been running the football in recent memory. This could be, I expect, a pace down, a slow game, a slog it up. I just want running backs on either side kind of game. If we do get Jordan Love, it does give me that glimmer of hope that we can get, some air it out back and forth. This one plays over or close to the total. What do you think?
Yeah, I genuinely don't know if Jordan Love is going to play. I think I would lean 60-40 no.
Okay.
But like you said, dude, like just, think about what you said. Jordan Love plays, this game could explode. This game could really, really pop the fuck off. And it's like the opportunity cost in dog bowls right now. I mean, it's risky, right? Because you want to stack them, and those stacks become less effective if he's not in. But you do get to swap off Jordan Love if he isn't playing. But he's in the last round,
right? Yeah,
of dog bowls. I mean, he's one of the best clicks right now as far as like payoff goes. But is he 100% and will he play?
Click last week.
100%.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Yeah. Same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. What do you like on the Lions side, dude? Because Laporta's tight end 8. Both running backs go in the second and third round every single time. Man, I saw something, or maybe it was the broadcast that said it. They've played 19 or 20 games together now, David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, and they both have 19 or 18 touchdowns in said games. Like they are, dude. They're truly, like we said it a year ago that this was like, oh my god, this is Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram all over again.
It's the same thing. It's like it's
fucking awesome. Yeah. It's very cool to watch. It is thunder and lightning. It's Sonic and whatever the fucking hedgehog. Yeah, whatever, nerd. I didn't have a Sega, man. I was a Super Nintendo guy.
I didn't have a Sega either, but I know Knuckles, dude. Everyone knows Knuckles. I love Montgomery here. Gibbs is the sexier pick, and he's popped off back-to-back weeks. So you're continuing to pay the Gibbs premium, and it's worth it because he can hit home runs. But Montgomery is averaging, I think I saw the tweet, a meme format from Ian Hartitz that, like, it's at any rate, Montgomery is like scoring the same amount as Breece Hall this year. And I think the Lions are going to win this game.
The
HR meme. Yeah. Flirting versus harassment.
Yeah.
And
that checks out. That's a good comp for it.
Yeah. So I love Montgomery here. I would be surprised if the Packers upset, but like something in the back of my head keeps telling me that, like, divisional game, I think there's a bit more variance in these divisional matchups. And I do think the Packers defense is like underrated.
Yep.
It wouldn't shock me if they came out and upset them, but I'm not playing it that way.
Sure.
But like these divisional matchups, man, get a little wonky. And I'm just a Packers respecter. And I think we're at this moment in time, the Lions are just fucking rolling, right? Like they look awesome. And they probably are going to win. But like, it's just that moment where like, I don't think anybody watching this for a second thinks the Packers can win this game. But like, I think they can.
All right.
So it's just something to consider. And if
I love our resident Packers fan here in Copper Prices doing the reverse jinx here that the Lions are in fact winning. It is a very important game. I'm glad you brought up the divisional angle there. Detroit has yet to have their bye, so they've played one less game. Detroit has already had their bye, so they've played one less game than Green Bay. They're 6-1. Green Bay is 6-2, but they have yet to play head-to-head. So some of this divisional stuff could still play itself out over the course of the next couple weeks here. So this is a very important, like, circle your calendar type game, and you want to get the one at home, right? Evergreen reminder, not something that we do or take too seriously early in the week, though, but we're encroaching on that time of the year where East Coast outdoor games start to matter in terms of weather and field conditions and that sort of thing. We always turn to Roth with the Roto Grinders stuff there, though. I don't know. Is he still employed after Roto Grinders doing the dirty to everyone last week? Who knows? Maybe we got to find a new weatherman. But scattered showers, according to that right now, which is not something to be worried about or scared about, especially this early in the week. But I just bring it up because I want to think about the potential of these outdoor snow games when we end up starting to talk about Bills, Packers, Browns, that sort of thing down the line here. We are finally, yeah. All right. Nez, last game on the slate, man. LA versus Seattle. We saw Matthew Stafford come back. We saw Matthew Stafford not Matthew Stafford come back. Matthew Stafford's pass catchers return. Almost surprisingly that Puka Nacua, same week as the practice window gets opened up, he comes back into that ball game and absolutely cooks. Cup gets a touchdown. D-Rob gets 2 touchdowns on there. Everyone thought at least one of them was Puka when they saw the hair flowing, but nah. That is Robinson finding the end zone there. Kyron rolls so effing strong. Man, Seattle looked inept against the Bills. It was a very, very bad game for them there when in one that we thought was going to be a back and forth one that we picked to do one of our game pick'ems for last week there. And we saw Sharps at the goal line take some of the Ken Walker usage away and finds the end zone instead of Ken Walker. Was that a byproduct of game? Was that a byproduct of whatever? I'll ask you is, should we be worried about the Ken Walker role? And do we think we get DK Metcalf? Okay, a lot to unpack there.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Ken Walker. Okay. He's really, really cheap right now for this matchup. 48.5 total right now. I think that's about right. But I'm still betting on the Rams defense, like not being good enough to stop, even if it's Metcalfless, this Seattle team from being able to score enough points to make this a really, really fun game. And I think a lot of that is going to be hinging upon Ken Walker, especially if DK doesn't play. They're going to run through Walker even more, and I think LA is going to have a hard time stopping Ken Walker here. LA's got both these teams have, at least from a fantasy standpoint, and I forget the rookie for LA, but 2 really strong defensive rookies on their sides of the football that are like really impacting games right now. Just kind of, I forgot the name of the fucking Rams rookie, dude.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Wrong guy to ask. Defense,
but but Byron Murphy, right? Is
yeah, Byron Murphy. Yeah, he slid in the draft, dude. Who's the other kid? Sorry,
Verse.
All right,
Jared
cool.
Verse. He's nice. So yeah. Thank you, Clipper Nation. I still like this spot, but like, just 2 guys to watch out for the guys that if you want to know some ball, say those names in conversation. But love. This is a spot that you want to get to, right? Puka priced up, probably should be pricier. Maybe go back to the JSN well here against these Rams. But Kyron looks so strong, and he's a top 3 pick for me. I think he's probably a top 3 pick by ADP. But like, I take Kyron. He's ADP 5.8. I take Kyron over Derrick Henry right now. I take Kyron top 3.
Nice. I like it, dude. I think the models will end up agreeing with you. Seattle's really banged up on defense, or they have been in recent memory. So keep an eye on the practice reports there. They've missed a lot of D-line help, a lot of D-tackle help they've missed. Brian Murphy was included in that grouping, but he did come back. The other stuff, they missed Reek Woolen for 2 games. He's missed time. So just keep your eyes on practice report for both sides of these defenses, because they have both had pieces miss time this season, I guess. Yeah. All right, that kind of concludes the walkthrough there. Long one, Nez. I say we just we're gonna do the position by the position stuff on Friday with Pete on Off and On the Clock. I will say yesterday I hit on something about the platform. Having some difficulties on the Chrome side, and you had to log in and do incognito and stuff like that. Got an update from the dev side, and we're back. We are good. I'm good. I'm working perfectly here. So if anybody was having that same issue or was having the issue on the Brave browser, we should be good. We should not be getting location serviced anymore. We should not be getting any of that big update and overhaul on the back end from Underdog. Nez, let's start in the 6-person drafts here.
Okay.
And go ahead and rip our first battle royale together of the week. Oh, as I say that, fucking comedy hour out here.
That was just to get some more entries in.
That was poetic, eh?
Yeah.
There you go.
God, that's funny.
Oh man. Dooley asking for the tanks on the Yankees fan, man. I hope Cole goes nice tonight so that we can get a game 6. I got a couple buddies trying to go down for game 6 in LA too. So I'm pulling for them to get make this a World Series, eh, Nez?
Yeah. Do you know what he's talking about though?
No. The fan. Oh, the hanging over and the rip. Oh, he's actually asking you about the fan.
Yeah.
Oh. A legend.
Did you? Yeah. What are your? Do you have any thoughts?
I'm old school. I'm touch the players. I'll be a little pound the table of this guy's scum. Yada yada. Yeah, you know my old guy hard-headed take on that one. Bush League through and through. Nez, what's your take?
I mean, nobody got hurt, so I mean, dude, there's people saying that like there are people that are not joking.
Yeah.
Think that dude needs to be arrested. Let's fucking relax. Okay, let's calm down. It was funny.
Yep.
He can't go to Yankee Stadium ever again. He can't go to a baseball game ever again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's banned. He's banned.
Good. Get him out of here.
Yeah, so like I think it's funny. Yeah, nobody got hurt. It's okay. I think some of these takes are like a little. I think we're clutching pearls. With some of these takes I've seen.
Yeah.
About this fucking thing.
Okay. All right, man. I'll give it to you. Was what he did worse than the Cubs guy?
Yeah.
Like 100 times worse. And they made a documentary.
But like
about
that's what's so funny about it. That's what's so funny. He grabbed the glove and ripped the fuck. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah. The Cubs guy just stole. What was the Cubs guy's name again?
It's not Ballmer, right? No.
No, Ballmer's the owner of the Clippers.
Yeah. I wasn't thinking Ballmer. Bartman.
Got ran out of town. Stealing the ball from Moises Alou. All right, Nez, I jumped in here. I went ahead and took CD Lamb 101. He was going 103 earlier in the week there, and now he's kind of pushed up to 101. I put him on the cover yesterday because I thought he should have been the 101. I don't know if he'll project as the 101. I mean, maybe if you get, I think Kamara would be the most likely to project for 101 when it's all said and done. If we end up getting, what's it called? Derek Carr in that ball game. That being said,
we just got like optimism that he's
optimism.
Starting.
Okay,
that's the optim. That's the word.
All right. Well, if you project Derek Carr in, I think you project Alvin Kamara at 1. That being said, the landscape of the slate.
It's different.
Do you prefer taking wide receiver early?
I do.
Okay. All right. Me too. Amari Cooper. Amon-Ra St. Brown comes back to us here if we're interested in it. Nez, he had the touchdown last week. Jahmyr Gibbs, that was a winning combination last week to put those two together. Achane, who I like, is here. Neighbors, who do you like?
Achane, Walker, Gibbs.
All right, let's take Achane. Do you want to take 2 running backs here? Is that what you're alluding to?
Perhaps.
Okay.
I mean, like I was talking up Drake London.
Yep.
He might come all the way back to us, but
not anymore.
Do people respect me that much?
We'll find out.
I would go one of those running backs for Drake London. How's that for a selection?
Okay, let's do Ken Walker then. Let's just see.
Cool.
Yeah. Another 4-catch game there. He was part of our pick'em core last week. That 3.5 receptions. Get ahead of those running backs there. You like the scroll options at running back? You said in the 12 persons in particular that you like to get ahead at running back there, but do you like the scroll options in the 6-person more at the running back or at the wide receiver position?
I think running back, which is like kind of evergreen, right?
I think so. The running backs always the back end running backs just always project better in this scoring system, and it funnels everyone to 1-2-2-1s over and over again.
Exactly. Shout out Johnny, by the way, in the draft with us.
He's back in our good graces. He went from trying to dunk on me for the Buddy Healed shit to not having a membership to picking up his kids from school, coming back, signing up for a membership, telling us that he loves us, and then gifting out 5 Batch Roast memberships.
Yeah.
Mad respect, Johnny Football. It's all in good fun. Thank you, bro.
Yeah. Shout out Emo Cowboy. Shout out Best Ball on Call, Mr. Who'da Thunk It, and Da Boys. And oh man,
Da Boys.
We're having a gift off over here in the chat. Dooley responds. Dooley calls. He calls with 5 more. Shout out Randazzler, Omega King, C40, Best Ball, Rob, and Lucas. You guys, man,
love it.
You guys are the best.
Out in the lurkers. Thank you, guys.
I love it. That's my favorite part of gifting memberships is seeing who's hiding. I appreciate you guys, man. I know we both do. You guys are why we're here. Why we're here.
Absolutely. All right, Nez, we got some decisions to be made. Cooper Kupp comes back to us. It fits nicely in my estimation. I would venture. I would take McBride and Cooper Kupp on my own here. What would you do?
Let's do McBride. And then we should talk about this next pick because Puka Nacua comes back. He's kind of limited. He might be banged up. And just alphas the shit out of Cooper Kupp right away. So what about Olave in this spot with Derek Carr back? I mean,
I still prefer Cooper Kupp. I like where your head's at. I like where you're going with the Olave stuff. If we get Carr back and we got no Rashid Shaheed there, I think you can make a case for it, and it's good leverage off the Kamara stuff. All right, fine. You know what? We just talked ourselves into it. Let's do it.
Come on, man.
All right. Fine, Nez. Damn it, you win again.
Yeah.
I just can't quit Cooper Kupp, man. 5th round Cooper Kupp. This guy balls, dude.
I get it, but like Nacua, the real McCoy is back, man.
You bite your tongue.
It's the truth. Puka Nacua as a rookie fucking balled out.
Yeah, he did.
Alpha comes back after he was gonna be limited. He's still banged up and just fucking get out of my way, dude. I'm him. Puka Nacua should be a 1st round pick. Like Johnny got generational value there, getting Puka with
the Derrick Henry stuff.
Yeah, I mean, why is Puka not a 1st round pick?
I don't know.
The stars are aligning.
Okay, who do you like more this week, Tyreek Hill or Puka Nacua? Yeah, that's what I thought, bro. That's what I thought.
But
it's just a loaded slate, man. I mean, we only got 2 teams. We only got 2 teams on bye. We got no international game. Some of the games on prime time are teams that we don't really want to touch that much right now, like the Jets, like a banged up Texans team. It feels like a nice loaded slate there.
Yeah, it does. I think I would go Puka.
All right. Hey, this is actually a good one. Run Good Rick asking when John will shirt emoji. I might have to get that one in the chat.
No, we got to keep that for the Discord. I mean, I'm sure you get tired of seeing that. I use that emoji all the time.
It's pretty so funny. I hated it at first, and now I'm just like,
I mean, it's just you can use it in so many different situations, and it's funny as fuck.
Naked Jalen Hurts or Kyler Murray?
I'm leaning towards Hurts, but maybe Kyler. Shit.
Now let's do it. I think it's I think it might be generational wealth opportunity to have Jalen Hurts.
36, Jalen Hurts.
Pick 36.
Yeah, I kind of forgot what we were talking about for a minute.
And I think some of the combo stuff that we talked about earlier that like it's going to be over replicated. CeeDee Lamb going to be over stacked with Dak. Kyler going to be not run naked enough or not run with Marvin Harrison enough, and will basically only be ran with McBride over and over again. But how often are you going to have those two on the team, and then you're going to add in what's his nuts?
Yeah,
Hurts.
Yeah, for sure.
Nez, I want to try and fill a dog bowl here. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, let me get in. And then hoops will have to be we'll have to do a pretty quick hoops. That's
yeah, I'm good with that.
That is the drawback here. We gotta save. Oh fuck, I'm not gonna get in.
6 more, 5 more, 4 more.
Dude, Jesus, oh my god, am I gonna miss it? Dude, my Wi-Fi is a disaster.
Wow, the new house. R.I.P. the new house.
I did not get in there.
Wow. Well, some friends and family got in. Biff's in here. Johnny's in here. CR Blake's in here. B. Kirk's in here. Crash Rich, say what up in the chat. God damn it. For the love of God. Finally, dude, say what up in the chat. Please. It's the bane of my existence. It kills me every day that I know Crash Rich is hanging out with us. I know he wants to hang out with us at the Dog Bowl, and he never says hi. Oh, it breaks my heart.
Just one day, man. One day I would just like to interact. I mean, I think I'm the only person that's actually interacted with him.
You're the only one worthy, Nez.
That's right.
Casey Pollock's in here. Jack, who's a member's in here as well. To Binnis. I learned this one the other day. EDN3 hanging out. 85. Wow, this is full friends and family here.
Blake with the newborn, mid feeding the baby right now in here. That'll be me. That'll be me. Although I don't know that I'll be able to. Huh?
He's got
Blake.
newborn?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh.
Pretty fresh. He was giving me some
congratulations.
Some advice.
A Dallas area native as well, right?
That's right. Yeah, I saw him in the airport on the way home from Dog Bowl. Nice. Yeah, he told me a few weeks ago that he was in the trenches. So had me like, come on, dude. Can you describe it a little more nicely?
He was in the trenches of 3 a.m. butt wiping.
Yeah. Yeah, Blake rules. So that'll be me, but I don't know. I think if my wife sees me like holding our newborn and drafting at the same time, I might.
Well, I used to do it with my nephews all the time, so you'll be good, dude. I did the one arm up, and then you're watching the ball game, and then you're just drafting like this.
Yeah. Once they're like 2, then we'll smell the roses a little bit more.
There you go. You can smell the roses earlier than that.
You're right.
Yeah. There you go. Wife's at Target. He's drafting dog bowls with us. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Did 2 dog bowls. Omega King saying did 2 dog bowls, and Lamar's been falling to the mid/late round second. People don't like the matchup this week. People do not love the matchup, and they're not as happy. They're happier to set up back stacks with other players and get creative with the quarterback position than they are to try and set up Lamar stacks. Nez, we rolled the 110 here. All my favorite players are already gone. I could tell myself a story about Bijan, especially when you said running back is thin.
Yeah, this is Bijan here. Okay. Cowboys getting gashed on the ground. Bijan really running well these last few weeks.
Dude, is this the quietest 3 straight 20-point fantasy point games from Bijan ever? Just because other people have outscored him. And what are you doing? What happened? He's freaking out. He's shaking his keyboard. He dumped water all over his keyboard or something. Oh no. Oh jeez.
You were going on so eloquently about Bijan. I thought I could get away with a quick little shakeout.
Oh, that's funny.
That's my fucking ADD, bro. I saw some crumbs at a key, and I just like.
God, it wasn't an emergency scenario. All right, Nez. I kind of want to take Drake London, bro.
This is what I've been doing, man. You want to build the same team that I got? Take Drake London.
All right, let's do it. I kind of want to just be like, this is the game environment. This is the play. That offense funnels through these two. And we don't even need Cousins on this team because you're scoring one on the ground, one through the air, and they both score 20 points.
I mean, how are they not just going to like eat these Cowboys alive? Is what I'm thinking, you know?
Mr. TD with the narrative, back to Texas narrative for Bijan.
The homecoming narrative. Oh,
you know, horns up, baby. Everyone's gonna be horns up in the building.
Is it in Dallas too?
Yeah. Oh,
go to that game. I mean, I'm not going to, but like, I might need to.
You might have to.
What's better than taking like your highest, like going to see your highest drafted player in BBM in person? Like.
We're so sick. It's like, oh, let's go see my favorite Steelers are in town. Let's go see what's better than that. Going to see Bijan because I got $4,300 on
him. Too much. And I think God and Jerry World for how excited I would be if I saw Bijan score a touchdown in real time.
I love it, dude. Oh.
Yeah, that's actually aging nice. If like Debo can just like get healthy. For the love of God, I mean, like, I would be cooking, but I think it might be like too little, too late now for some of these Debo teams. I don't know.
Yeah, I think this game's actually in Atlanta. I think we might have been led astray by the chat there.
I mean, it still holds true, but
yeah, it's still against his hometown team. How about that narrative? Was he a childhood Cowboys fan?
I don't know where he grew up, but you know what I did find out is, and I'm not actually, I don't want to dox my location like this.
Yeah.
Never mind. I can't even, I'm sorry for the tease, but like, my wife would be mad.
I looked up Bijan birthplace and it gave me like some random ass Bijan.
Bijan Robinson, just Bijan birthplace.
He's from Tucson. He's an Arizona kid.
Interesting.
Spin zone. Arizona Cardinals play in a dome. So does Atlanta.
Isn't it like kind of interesting, like the NFC teams versus like the AFC teams, like NFC, they all feel like they're all like shootout, like fun, exciting teams. And then you get the AFC and they all feel like hard-nosed, like ground and pound, like lower scoring teams over on the AFC side. Or do you not think that way?
No, not fully because, you know, Baltimore's fun in the AFC. Bengals should be fun in the AFC. Bills, Miami. They all seem kind of fun, no? I'm probably missing some obvious ones. If the Chiefs were more fun, that would lift. Like rising tide lifts all ships, right?
Yeah, like the Chiefs are mucking it up. The Steelers are the Steelers. The Broncos are like they're kind of getting there, but they're tough. They're a tough team.
That's true.
The Jets stink. And then you have the NFC side where it's like you have Falcons, the NFC East, like the entire NFC East is like fun and awesome. The Packers fight like so many fun teams in the NFC. Then the AFC is just like
maybe it's
real football.
Yeah, real football. Yeah,
it's like the big.
They're like the SEC, man.
Yes.
They're like the SEC right now. We're like the fucking Pac-12 right now. Everybody's just airing it out. We're playing late at night. We're having a couple casuals.
Exactly. You feel me?
Okay, I do get the vibe now.
NFC is much sexier football.
I like the comp, dude.
Yeah.
All right. I got a plan.
Take me through it.
The plan is Marvin Harrison Jr., Kyler Murray.
All right.
You hate it.
Let's do it, man.
Let's do it.
131 yards for old Marvy there last week.
Go.
Do it again.
Ricky Beers, the Giants are awesome. Yeah, they're so fun, man. They kicked at least 4 field goals on Monday Night Football.
They're close to being awesome. At least they have neighbors.
Yeah, Neighbors is fun. I'll give you that. Neighbors is fun.
Let me get some real time feedback. How, this is the second show now in this new setup here. I feel like the audio is different. Or is it noticeable?
It's not noticeable in like a bad way. It feels like you're whispering. It feels like you're scared to wake the neighbors.
I'm scared of the echo in here because it's much more prominent than it was in the old room.
Go slide back like a foot and a half and tell me who your favorite football player is at 93% volume.
Najee Harris.
Do it again.
Najee Harris?
I don't know. Here we go. We got Easy says that the audio is extremely noticeable, that there is an echo. Interesting.
I would like to put some like soundproofing shit. I think maybe like behind me potentially to kind of help the reverb.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I got shitty headphones in, and I didn't think it was that bad. I'll look back and like look on it. It did feel like you were whispering though to like mitigate. Yeah, it was a little.
I am 100% because I don't have carpet in here. Like, there's no rug or anything yet. So like, the cotton helps absorb the noise, and I also had the jerseys behind me. There was a lot of things that could absorb noise in the previous room. Now, yeah. See, people know.
Okay. People do know. We will address this.
I appreciate the honesty. Like, I'm not like I don't need to. No, it sounds okay. Tell me.
Way to go, Nez. You're trying your best.
Yeah.
Nez is so rich. His rooms are too big now. He's so rich. His rooms.
I got to figure out what to do with these 20-foot fucking ceilings in here.
Yeah.
God, I've got all this jewelry in here. It's making the noise a little more reverberant.
Can you hear all my diamonds and gold clanking together in the corner over and over again?
Oh God, it's so harsh on the ears. Gosh.
Can you hear my bitcoins going clickety clack, clickety clack?
We'll work on it, guys. Thank you for the feedback.
I feel that sounds good. John's a bit loud. Yeah, I'm always a bit loud.
Classic.
Welcome to the show. Oh shit, Taysom Hill. Gosh darn it.
That's crazy. Well, Ty watches the show and he's heard all the love we were given. But James Conner at pick 47 is like a really nice RB pick there. I'm not on the Chuba stuff this week. I know there's some people in the Discord that have been on it. I'm not. I think the Saints were really banged up defensively, and I think they got healthier. And I think the Panthers suck.
Okay. Yeah, the other one that we alluded to last time out, Nez, but then didn't hit on again, is Saints offensive line getting healthy too. Cesar Ruiz back, had a really nice block that sprung Kamara's longest play last week. I think it matters. I think it matters in a big way.
Yeah, good shout there. We got a NBA downgrade to probable.
Oh no, Giannis?
No, obviously.
Is he on the slate? I don't even know.
LeBron.
Oh, that's like the
but
equivalent.
It's Cleveland.
That's a equivalent of the Giannis. Yo, it's dramatic effects. Okay, fine. Yeah, it's Cleveland. In Cleveland?
Yeah, he's homesick, I think.
Oh, yeah. He had too much vino with the fellas last night. He's back home hanging out with his boys in Akron. He got a little fucked up, didn't he?
You're absolutely right.
He did. He wasn't in the cryo chamber by 9 p.m. ready to go for tonight. He was drinking
wine in his fucking driveway again.
Man, they made such a good bit out of him and Bronny playing together, like the driveway commercial with the Fruity Pebbles. Did you see the commercial? The Nike commercial? Yeah, they made such a good bit out of it. I know it was all just commercialism and Bronny didn't deserve to be there and guaranteed money, blah, blah, blah. But it's pretty funny.
Yeah, I think he's going to play tonight. All the markets are projecting Bronny to play and maybe score a basket. But
nice. I like it.
I hope he can become a
Me too, man.
a role, like a decent role player.
Yeah. Shout out to Jewish McCaffrey. We gave him a shout out yesterday for him and Chip splitting the big one there, but he's always my number one fan in terms of wanting me to have some success in the hoop streets here. Ness, I'm gonna admit I wasn't really paying attention and was just like once Taysom Hill was gone, I was like, this team's dead.
Yeah.
Um, what do you think about Dalton Kincaid on this team? Feels
I
fine,
could do Kincaid
right?
or a Komet run back. Better hurry. We're fucked. Oh.
Let's do Kincaid.
Okay.
Shout out to Liam. We didn't need to do that because both these guys have already taken tight end, but Kirk can only take one of our flex plays away from us, and we're going to look for a running back here. In hindsight, that was a bad pick to take Kincaid first because these guys wouldn't have doubled up on tight end because, yeah, that wouldn't have been great. But I hope he just doesn't take my guy,
I think our guy is going to be there.
Oh, interesting. I wonder if we have the same guy.
I mean, you have to scroll really far to find him.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. I know who my guy is, and you don't have to scroll to find him, but who's your guy?
Rico? Is he off the board?
Rico has like a little bring back off what we're doing here.
Dude, Rico wasn't hurt. He was sick.
Yeah. Okay. I kind of like Nick
Rico
Chubb.
in this in a 52.
I kind of like Nick Chubb, but for you, Nez, I will scroll the F down. I will take Q tag Rico. Just an illness. Reverted back to the practice squad already is Dalvin Cook. They ran a fullback as many snaps as Zeke Elliott last week. It's a dumpster fire out there. Yeah. But if that game goes north, Rico will probably be the pass catcher, and he will probably be the high volume guy. So that's a good scroll the F down right now.
Yeah, it's not going to last long. So yeah, get on that.
Cool. As I say, we do quick and dirty NBA, maybe just like 20 minutes here to cap it off. I did a lot of research and a lot of preparation for yesterday's slate for the show and stuff like that, and I plan to do the same for tomorrow's. Today, I'm not playing a whole lot. I'll probably end up doing like 50 there. But do you have some down the hatch and some takes and stuff?
Yeah. I was I got in on this slate pretty early, which I tend to do. But this one was a fun one to get in on early. Okay. I disagreed with ADP pretty strongly, so like it puts me in some uncomfortable positions. But I think it's just you just have to trust yourself if you are doing the work, and so yeah, I've got some pretty strong ownership right now. I'm gonna give this a quick update. Sure. I was not maxing a lot or at all in hoops so far, and like having success. So was pretty fortunate for that. But eventually, with the success I was having, I was like, I got a max. So I did a lot of autos yesterday for the main and profited. So that was cool. So I'm gonna probably max today. But today's really interesting because I disagree with the 101. So it's like, okay, here we go. Ooh. We're already off to a hell of a start here. And yeah.
All right, cool. We will hop in a draft or two right now. We will talk through it all. There is your final draft board for what just took place in my second dog bowl of the week. That was a Bijan, Drake London, Marv Harrison Jr., let's be clear, Kyler Murray, Dalton Kincaid, and a Rico Dowdle. Scroll the F down. I'm surprised Nick Chubb went undrafted. I think they can move the ball. I think that's low-key slop it up fest of the week, and I think he can fall into the end zone twice if they are able to pass for 250 plus there. But yes, very, very interesting draft. Nez, do you like Rico more than Nick Chubb right now?
Kinda.
All right.
Kinda. Okay. I mean, I think the Chargers are a really, really good defense.
Yep. Okay. All right. I respect it, dude. Can't wait to talk through a little more football both tomorrow and Friday together. I just wanted to shout out our guy Biff, man. Evan Ingram here, Bo Nix right here in the middle of the board. There we get the Taysom push up there, the influence on the markets. Q tag, Josh Jacobs, maybe a little bit of a fall, just falling past that Tony Pollard tier that we think Tony Pollard's going to project kind of better or similar. So a little Q tag fall there for Crash Rich. Anything else catching your eye on this board, Nez?
Just that James Conner pick is theft.
Okay. James
That's
Conner, 47.
like he's he's one of the last running backs off the board,
Yep.
and yeah, he's a great pick.
Cool, man. Yeah, respect that take a lot. Usage is undeniable with him, irregardless of game script. So yeah, he's been a good play thus far this season. All right, let's go back to the platform here. Let's go to the ranks. Let's go to the NBA. You started us off with some spicy marks here by saying you disagree with the 101, Nez. Who is the real 101 this evening?
Oh man,
You're doing it, aren't you? You're doing it.
I think it's Wemby, man.
You're doing it until it hits, eh? Wemby with the stock ceiling of the century. Nez is taking Victor Wembanyama 101.
Yeah, it's Wemby, and then it's not even SGA. It's AD, and then it's SGA. So okay. I'm at 20% both these guys, which I'm fine with. I am fine with. These guys are better plays than SGA. I am sorry. I know SGA has been running really, really hot with the stocks, and he can do that. And if you're the type of person that doesn't want to fade SGA because you want to, have equal parts of these guys, it's just going to be hard. You're going to probably be way overweight SGA because I'm not alone in not having SGA ranked 1. Okay. And Wemby is Wemby. And AD, I don't think he's ranked 2nd ahead of Wemby. But I don't think people quite understand that AD is like the engine of this offense in LA, coupled with the board upside, coupled with the stock upside. We're looking at AD, if AD is on a slate with, Luka, he's going ahead of Luka in my ranks, if that's the case. I mean,
this old school Pels AD.
This AD shit is for real.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I watched a little bit of the last game there, and man, I'm thoroughly impressed from what I've seen with AD thus far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we talked about
JJ season.
Yeah, JJ season coupled with a little bit more tempo, coupled with a little less of the D-Lo bullshit, and hey, maybe don't shoot as much, and let AD take a couple threes here and there. I kind of like it. I kind of like what you're selling, man. Oh, never change. Nick, the hand builder, coming in here and saying you nerds and your models don't understand that SGA got that Canadian dog.
Look at the box scores. Look at the box scores.
Yeah. Look at the box scores, man. Wemby, how many times has he hit this 78 ceiling there? But yes, I do get what you're saying here. As with SGA's game not necessarily being driven by stocks, he's definitely a contributor in all 5 cats. But that being said, the stocks are definitive outliers so early in the season here, and maybe driven by, dare I say, some softer perimeter guard matchups thus far. So, yeah. Okay, cool. I think that's good to hit on the top of the board there. This next kind of bunch grouping, anyone you're pushing up and or down. I see one of my favorite targets who doesn't have an ADP that aligns with things yet, and I want to know if you are on it as well.
Yeah, we don't have to go all through these guys.
Sure, yeah.
Who's your guy? Who's your guy?
Maxey. Maxey with the usage and the shot attempts and how he's been getting the ball up. He's, I don't know, maybe poor man's SGA in my mind right now with these roles without Embiid out there. Maxi's a guy that I'm pushing up, and Detroit is good enough right now, in quotations, that he's competitive. They're competitive enough to not get their doors blown off and not worry about missing some fourth quarter run in this game kind of deal. So Maxi's a guy that jumps out to me right away that I would be pushing up to probably the Mellow spot. I'm not the biggest Chet guy in the world. I think a lot of the Paulo stuff was a good matchup coupled with the fact that Franz was sick. I'm pushing up Maxi.
I have 30% Maxi right now.
Fuck yeah, my guy. Let's go. We are seeing the field the same right now. I like that.
This is a hell of a spot for Maxi. Still, all the usage going his way. I think Detroit, like you said, good enough to keep it competitive. Detroit, I mean, the problem is Detroit might crush the Sixers. So we need the Sixers to keep it close, really. Because I think Detroit's the better team in this game. So and if that's not the case, then this should be a fun back and forth game.
Like it. Does that lead you to getting overweight some Drummond stuff a bit later too?
No, I'm not doing the I don't. This slate is a little bit more sensible than the previous slates where I'm like, guys, the players going behind Drummond are just better plays.
Yeah.
But this one here, him and Pirtle for me, I'm way underweight on.
Okay.
I get it, but that's not how I'm trying to win my slates is through those guys.
Probable tag on LeBron. You cited the downgrade there. Does it scare you at all?
I don't have a lot of LeBron right now.
Okay.
Just as is. So now I think it's a good time for me to, kind of lucked out on that. So that would be kind of nice to get some Bron now because I have Cade ahead of them.
I'm taking a look here. Do we not have the late game on the slate here?
No, this is a pretty awesome
no Clippers game.
Nope. Which I'm happy with. I like this. I like the size of the slate. I like the sweat being not so late at night.
Condensed. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was a good move.
Yeah, and then that makes the dunking after dark, the dad contest distinctly different than this. How many games will it be on the late slate then? Are there 3?
I think 2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I respect it when they do the split up the slates like that when the slates are so big. Let me just look at the schedule real quick for 1 second. ESPN nationally televised game San Antonio at OKC is at 6:30. So it's just a 2-game slate that starts half an hour later. Maybe I guess you want to keep the second ESPN nationally televised San Antonio and OKC game on the main slate and then just do Pels Golden State, Clippers Portland as its own entity.
Other DFS sites are doing it like that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, we experimented with it off and on last year. And some slates it was good, some it was bad because you pull the star power of AD and LeBron off the slate. But keeping Wemby and SGA on this slate seems smart.
100%. Yeah.
Good show. Good job by the team there. Cool. And there is something about the variance overlap in playing the dad versus playing the main slate that you don't want to have double exposures to an exploitative stance on the exact same players, especially if there's heavily laden Q tags.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. Okay, cool. People are asking in the chat there, Nez, some of your mid-range favorite targets. I'm seeing people in the chat say they're overweight Jimmy right now, which is a position that I personally never ever want to take. But contract year Jimmy and had a couple nice ball games in a row here, back-to-back 50 burgers there, gets the Knicks tonight. Anyone in these middle ranges that you're getting way over on? We're getting this Atlanta versus Wiz, running back that game in which I believe was the one that Jalen cooked. Jalen Johnson cooked 56 points in that one, fantasy points. In 38 minutes there. They were missing some pieces in Atlanta for that night, but we're getting that spot back here. Anything else that stands out to you that you've been getting over on?
No, this is kind of an ambiguous range that I'm sort of letting ADP or RNG get me to. Not overweight anybody in this range. I think this is a very, very flat tier.
Okay.
But not a lot of Butler, not a lot of Hallie, not a lot of Drummond, not a lot of Pirtle.
Never
And this,
Hallie.
the most that I have here is I think Brunson and Jalen Johnson.
Brunson and Jalen Johnson. Okay. Yep. I respect it. I think I would be on the Jalen Johnson, the Andre Drummond, and then you know who I'm loving tonight, Nez.
Oh,
Get your
dude.
water wings.
ADP
Get your
23.6 now? Holy shit.
Get your water wings. Get your pool noodles. Put your goggles on. Put a little sunblock on the nose. Because without Kyle Kuzma tonight, what time is it, Nez?
Oh, dude, we're partying at the pool. Are you kidding me?
We are partying at the pool. It is pool party tonight.
I think his ADP opened up in the 30s. Wow. 23.6 now. I think we might be flying a little too close to the sun.
Yeah. Okay.
I
now
love
it's
it.
A little too
right?
expensive.
Like no Kuzma. It makes sense. Awesome matchup against Atlanta. He's the point guard. He can get steals. He can fill it up. If it's not a good shooting night for Jordan Poole, he's a landmine in
Cam
a lot of
Thomas
lineups.
style.
And a lot of people watching us are way overweight Jordan Poole. I love it. Right? It makes sense. 23-6. You have to actually get him higher than 23-6 if you want Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
Like,
so Egger's saying that Luke just took him at 21. The projection bros that are autoing are taking him higher. Christian McCaffrey saying that, or Christian McCaffrey, Juice McCaffrey saying that he has 45% pool because he opened around ADP 28 last night. Saber has him in the mid-teens in terms of projection.
I mean, so like, I get it. But like, for me, straight up, I want Mobley over Jordan Poole. I want Pat over Jordan Poole. So I got a lot of those guys. But like Jordan Poole over Drummond, Pirtle, and Jimmy, sure. But
yeah,
we got to be careful.
So where's your line in the sand there? The line in the sand's Butler?
So like, I'm not getting a lot of Poole because people have him ranked ahead of Mobley and Towns, and I have Mobley and Towns ranked ahead of Poole, but I have all three of those guys really aggressively ranked. I'm at 18% Jordan Poole. He is getting to the point where like you should probably not have FOMO, in my opinion, because I don't think we're drafting him at the median at this point.
Yeah, that makes sense. Nick saying Hawks just win by 40 and you just ignore them, easy game.
The Hawks look nice, man. I mean, like maybe they're not a good basketball team, but I feel like they have an identity. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna check in on Hawks injury report right now because I do think that really matters. If we got the Okongwu stuff, if we get the Hunter stuff, what do we got?
Daniels is not playing.
No Dyson Daniels. Hunter still questionable. And who was the other one? No Bogdan still. Okay. Oh, shoot. I'm showing the wrong screen. My bad. Okay. All right. That'll shift around some usage and stuff there. Yeah, we are really assuming that there are some baddies courtside tonight for Jordan Poole if we are taking him that high. Yeah. In Atlanta, Poole? Oh man, pool party's been at the old pool party last night.
They're not going to be courtside. They're going to be, they're going to be, they're going to be at the clubs.
Oh my goodness. Drummond revenge game. There we go.
How about it? I mean,
Two
people love Drummond, man.
Revenge game. I love.
Oh, it is in DC. Sorry, E-White. I can't read. Election season pool. Let's go. Is Kamala Harris courtside? I bet he'd ball out then. AOC courtside? Pool AOC 101.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, too much politics.
Mo said famous last words with never Hallie.
So this is a tough one, man.
Still never burnt me, though. Still never burnt me.
Hallie ADP 15 is like, I think, too rich, but you know, Hallie in what didn't seem like a good matchup against Orlando,
Yeah.
cooked, right? That was the
Yep.
Orlando game. He cooked quite
Yeah,
a bit.
against Suggs, where we didn't think
And
he'd get his shot off.
and we're seeing guards against Boston, like good guards,
Yeah.
have success on Boston. Um, I'm
Hallie
not doing
cooked 46 fantasy points on 10 dimes. The guy
yeah.
doesn't shoot the fucking basketball. How's he going to score fantasy points?
I mean, let me see how much Hallie I have, man. 6%.
Start playing fucking TJ McConnell. I'm over this guy. Let him post Instagram videos to 50 Cent at 3 in the morning.
Yeah. Just to kind of, in the interest of time, just because I want to get into a draft soon here, some players to hit on. RJ Barrett, another one of people's favorites. He opened up ADP like 34 or something.
Yeah.
And yeah, that he's pretty strong. His PRA is like 33 right now.
Yeah.
It's more than Hallie. So he's an obvious target for people in drafts right now. We have the John Morant Q tag, which
I
I'm
mean,
taking Jaw late, but yeah.
even if Jaw goes, does he touch 30 minutes tonight? I mean, after he's been capped at under 25 back-to-back starts, like, can he do enough in 25 minutes to matter on a 9-game slate?
Against Brooklyn, yes.
Brooklyn's playing a little inspired basketball right now, and they got some good rim defenders in Clax.
They're not good.
I don't
The
think
Nuggets
they're good either.
the Nuggets are they had a nice showing against the Nuggets.
Yeah. Nuggets
think
might
you
be
get
low-key not deep enough right now, dude. They went back-to-back games to overtime against Toronto and Brooklyn, and they hadn't won a game before that. Something's up there, man.
yeah, no Clax tonight too.
Ooh, no Clax tonight. Okay.
Yeah.
So they are managing the minutes. Thank you. I didn't make it that far in the injury report yet. I told you guys I was ill prepared for hoops today.
Yeah. So Jaw's interesting. I think Siakam is a really good click.
Nice one. Yep.
I love me some Jalen J-Dub as well.
Yep.
And
Naughty
I think
Bridges?
Levine is fine. Yeah, the bad man is in a good spot. Toronto is decimated right now. Absolutely decimated. So
no Scotty Barnes tonight, no IQ, no
yeah. And then
I want to ask you the RJ one. Do you think RJ gets enough minutes? Like, he came back early from the injury. Like, does RJ play enough tonight to really matter on this slate?
So the RJ thing was like a shoulder.
Yeah.
So like I feel like
it was non-shooting shoulder too, I believe.
Don't quote
me on it. Like, Google it. But I believe it was non-shooting shoulder. Ooh, I like this. Juice McCaffrey saying that the Nugs would trade for Zach LaVine. That's a good landing spot.
Yeah, just add another Russell Westbrook to that team.
So right.
So I wouldn't worry about the minutes. I think Bro Science, upper body injury, non-shooting shoulder. They got nobody else. He's good to go. What is interesting though, last thing that I want to mention, and then you can kind of get something off before we go, is Jaren Jackson.
That's actually where my eyes went to. I mean, if the minutes are there, only his third game back now.
Yeah.
He scores so well on our platform though.
Right. He's a stock monster. And John, he's got the home scorer, the home scorekeeper.
This was a big narrative the last 2 years. Home scorekeeper for JJJ stocks. Yeah, man, I forgot that. Yo, Windhurst. Nice. Good one, Nez. Good reset. Okay. Anybody else we like down here?
I love the full court press. I love me and my 12-person drafts.
Yeah.
I think people can mostly like kind of fend for themselves, I hope, back here. The one name I do want to say though is Grady Dick. He's available in the last round of the full court presses, and he's going to play like 38 minutes tonight.
Yeah. If he's not busy filming Gillette commercials.
Shout out Beast Burp. I saw your comment just as I was about to say it.
What
but
was it?
only full court press because like he's literally like
Yeah.
player
Oh, yeah.
70 off the board.
Yeah. No, that's only full court press. That's minutes and mean projection at pick 70 is what that is.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Let's rip it, dude.
Let's go.
Oh man. Yeah, the Jordan Hawkins one. We fell victim to the chat last night. It sunk our pick'em last night.
That's
Jordan
a
Hawkins
shame.
was so hot. Just like those are the kind of players I don't normally like to ape into when there's just been
Did you
like
ape in?
mad efficiency. No, we just did him in the pick'em and we went 2 for 3 in the pick'em with Jordan Hawkins. I did take him in the $100 draft for leverage, but that was just a flex on the fucking community.
I don't know that we have a dad out yet. Do we?
Well, you get dad soon.
Get ready for that. Get your ranks in order. CJ McCollum not playing tonight.
Ooh,
Herb Jones not
Jordan
playing
Hawkins
tonight.
night, baby. Here we go. Jordan Hawkins night was one night early.
Yeah, Herb and CJ not playing tonight. So get your Pelicans in order for the late.
Oh, all right. Here we go.
I wish this was out.
Thin Pels rotation to get ahead of.
I think this is a 2-game slate.
Yeah, it will be. It'll be Clippers and Blazers and Pels Warriors. No CJ. BI will be popping, obviously. Zion will popping.
Who do you think
Jose
is top
Alvarado
3?
might get some run.
In the underdog projections, you're looking at your ranks for lates. Who do you think's top 3?
James Harden is 101, like by a decent margin, I would think. And then Zion, then BI.
You know who? So number 1 is James Harden. It's not by a lot.
Okay.
Zubac.
Oh yeah. He just came off like that 60 fantasy point game.
58 and 48 in back, respectively in his last 2 games. So,
Makes you think, Nez. We didn't talk about Tatum here. Is Tatum your pick here, or do you like what Trey's been doing? I mean, pace up spot at Indiana is usually good. Do you like Tatum tonight?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Tatum playing some inspired ball. The spot is amazing for Trey, but like this could be a pretty couldn't you see like Trey just like not scoring enough real points in this spot where he just like doesn't have to and he's like dishing out 20 dimes?
I hate that we're in a room with all these players that take all my favorite players, and now we have a Jason fucking Tatum team.
You were never getting a good player at pick 4.
I wanted Trey. No. Okay, what do you like here? Do you like Chet? Do you like Braun? Okay. See, I'm just like not a Chet guy, and maybe it's just wrong because like he can score so well on our platform with the stocks, but like for me, Chet's just like 30 or 60, and it's all hinging upon whether he gets 5 blocks or not.
Yeah. The one thing that is nice though is that like the usage is up for Chet. The boards are up for Chet. The PRA is like 31 tonight.
Wow.
Couple that with the fact that he's penciled in for like three stocks minimum.
I don't know that it's a good stock matchup though. Wemby on the other side.
Yeah, I mean, good luck blocking Wemby's shot, but like,
I think you just described a great play on Underdog, where it's just like he's penciled in for 30 fantasy points no matter what, and then he can just get 60 with the stock.
Chet's playing some inspired ball, man, and we should be baking in performance leaps for players like Chet, and I think we might be seeing it.
Okay, I'll hear you out on that. Are any of the backup centers coming back tonight on the injury report?
Like for Chet
for OKC.
Hart's out for a while.
Yeah, hard
And Jay
side. Yeah.
will. I'm not like I don't like. Yeah, it matters, but like it doesn't.
Okay. Never Hallie, Nez. Who do you like?
So I
You,
like Mobley or Cat here.
all right. I don't like either of them. Let's take Mobley.
So I get not liking Cat, but like, what if Cat had good games in his box scores?
That I still don't love the Bam matchup, I guess. I would have taken Drummond there, I think. Now we get the pool party gone in front of us. We're getting no fun players here, Nez. This is the no fun team. Chet, Mobley, and Tatum.
Dude,
Let's take Cat and
take your
triple
medicine,
down.
man.
Let's take Cat and triple down and quadruple down on the absolute no fun league here.
Take your medicine. These are good plays.
This is the biggest mean projection bro team I've ever seen in my life. I want pool party in here. I want Jalen Johnson in here. I want Trey. I want these guys I want to shoot
dessert.
the moon, dude. I want dessert. I want only dessert.
Yeah. Well, this is what you got to do. Like, Karl Anthony Towns is going to play 38 minutes, and he's going to get double-digit boards. And if he actually shoots the fucking rock, then we're gonna get 48 from our 4th round pick, which will matter a lot.
I thought the problem in the first couple of games was that Jalen wasn't shooting enough and that he was shooting too much. Did I make that up?
No, Cat's not shooting very much.
Oh, okay. So I did make it up.
I'm like fairly certain.
You're talking like a guy who just won money. I just know that I'm not playing volume today, and I can't play volume, and I'm not as in the weeds as Nez is on this slate. So I just know that I want all the moonshot fun guys.
Yeah. Let's see here. He is shooting. I mean, I just think he's. Or no, let's see here. No, he's not. He's not shooting very much right now.
Okay.
He's taken 28 shot attempts so far in 3 games.
Ooh. Yeah.
Like, so yeah, James is asking a question in the chat. You don't have to bring it up, but let's make this pick.
You said you liked RJ versus Charlotte stuff. Get him project decently well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hopefully gets expanded. Minutes run here. Shoulder better than legs. Toronto's really thin tonight. Seems okay.
All these auto drafters.
Yeah. Ooh. Interesting. That's a scroll the F down.
He could have a Cam Thomas.
Say again?
He could have a Cam Thomas game, Kelly Oubre. Yeah, this pick, Miles Bridges, I wouldn't blame you for if you just want to like continue the trend of like minutes guys.
Okay.
We could do it. You could do Jaw. You could do Bane. I think Bane is fine with or without Jaw, honestly. Okay.
Yeah, where does Bane project if you get Jaw ruled out? Like, does he go as high as like the J-Dub tier? Like, would you rather have Bane or Jimmy Buckets tonight if no Jaw?
Bane. But like, I don't. The market won't react like that because Jimmy just scored 50 points. So you got to take Jimmy, pick 18. It doesn't matter that his PRA is less than, like, comfortably less than 30. Doesn't matter. He's going to score 50 fantasy points again because he did it in back-to-back games against bad teams.
Okay.
That's how it works. This is where the games are alive and well.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's hard, but yeah.
I'm Tybo on it. Mr. Good Boy's here. I'm all stuffed up all of a sudden. It's okay. Calm down, Bubs. He knows what time it is. He's banging on the desk. Now he's
Good boys in the chat.
Yeah, get your Mr. Good Boys out. We got 250 of us still hanging out. If you're not on the YouTube side, do me a favor, hop on over, give it a like, give it a sub. We'll be back tomorrow. Primetime Palooza, 4-game NBA slate. I will be more well-versed and more dialed for that one, I promise. Yeah, we'll do that behind the paywall for members only.
Yeah, thanks for carrying the load. I've got what's called an anatomy scan tomorrow. They're measuring up the little guy's arms and legs and shit. So
nice.
Yeah, that'll be fun, and that takes a long time. So
okay, that's kind of fun though.
Yeah, no, we're really excited. We've been looking. It's been a while since we've had an ultrasound, so we've been looking forward to this one.
Yeah. Shout out to Adam. Shout out to Kyle. Shout out to Johnny Footballs. Shout out to Johnny Footballs for 5 gifted. And a shout out to Dooley Data, who's been absolutely killing it out here with 5 more gifted subs there. Best of luck to everybody in the hoops streets tonight. Yeah, there's your Mr. Giveaways. There we go. I wanted to hit on a couple here. Alex Smith saying he's got 90% RJ. Is that too much? I mean, it might be a little too much for a 9-game slate, but if he gets expanded run tonight, his ADP is just wrong. Cat at 29. Holy shit. But only averaging 10 shots a game. That's no bueno. Yeah, that's not what we signed up for with the Cat stuff. Interesting that ETR has Kelly Oubre projected higher there. Yeah. So
great pick in the full court press. If he's hopefully, well, who knows now that he's coming that high.
Yeah. If you could still get a little value on it in the non projection bros lobby. All right. Best of luck to Bubs. Best of luck to everybody this evening. Hope you guys enjoyed the definitive preview. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, notification bell on your way out the door. Everybody's favorite time of the show. The end. Peace.